going to be giving you a tour of Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady, the cruise line really known for red. That's their color. Hey y'all, it's Abby. We're going to get real quick into this. Deck 5, we have guest services, you have ATMs. You're going to be able to take care of everything here. Pink Agave is actually one of my favorite restaurants. You're going to have that Mexican cuisine. Now, something really unique with Virgin Voyages is you only have to book everything in advance or on the ship, but there's no specialty dining per se. Even though it seems like it's a specialty restaurant, you don't have to pay more. I'll get into that in a little bit, but we have the spa, and this is actually one of my favorite spas in terms of cruise ship spas. It has a cold plunge. I mean, that's not for everyone, but hey, I love it. We do have Razzle Dazzle, which is going to have a little bit more of like an American cuisine vibe to it, and they have some pretty good brunch too. We have this lounge here in what I would call the foyer, the centrum, as you will. There are a lot of great hangout spots here, but this is absolutely where you're gonna find a lot of the hustle and bustle. Lots of shops on this deck too, a lot of just different things going on, and I think the layout of this ship is really interesting. There's a lot of walking through different parts to get to certain aspects, which is a little bit interesting on sometimes for newer cruisers because it can get a little bit confusing. But I actually really appreciated it because I feel like they're able to fit a lot more into the ship. Now, we do have the casino. If you are interested in the casino, I have a separate video for that, which I will link above. Now, in terms of entertainment, I think Virgin Voyages does set itself apart a little bit. We have something called the Red Room that we saw, which is like their theater. They actually can convert it so you can have like a regular stage for like singing performances, or it can be a stadium setting, if you will, like a basketball court. You know, you have all the players in the center, although they're dancers on here. We have the Manor too, which hosts some different live entertainment as well. They really do promote a lot of different late night activities, which does bring me into the pizza place. This is by far, I think, some of the best pizza I've ever had on a cruise ship. I will give them points for that. And they stayed up really late. So if you really want some late night pizza, absolutely, definitely where you want to get that. They have some different coffee spots, and something I really like is that you have like this whole game area. I feel like a lot of cruise ships are kind of gearing towards removing those features, like card rooms, libraries, that kind of stuff. You don't have a library per se, but just a really nice area to hang out and just play puzzles or something. They actually had puzzles. I think they actually had an activity for like a speed puzzle race, if I remember correctly, which was pretty cool. Something I noticed on this ship, as I was mentioning, you have a lot of like walk-through spots, but it's very compartmentalized. It's all like different sections, and I think that was another thing that might be interesting for newer cruisers, and actually probably even more interesting for seasoned cruisers. You have to kind of get used to this layout a little bit. That's not me saying it's awful, because it's not. I actually really appreciated it because, again, they're able to fit a lot more. But it is just jam-packed, and that means a lot of different places that might spark your interest. Now, I really like this aft view from back here. You have a bar, you have some day beds, just a lot of seating around here, and genuinely, it's just a good vibe, and you can get some Mediterranean food, which is pretty good. Here in the galley, but you'll notice it throughout some of the other spots, like the aft that we just saw. You will notice that you can actually have like the food delivered to your table, which is a nice little perk. With the galley though, you'll notice it's stations, and you order at the stations. You're not at a typical buffet where you're picking out the food yourself. They'll get it ready for you, and you see like on the tables they have these little stands and they have these red flags, and that's how you can get someone's attention to help you, which I think is actually pretty helpful. Some cruise lines, they just kind of walk around and ask if you need anything. I kind of like the concept of if you need help, just raise the flag, and then it's easier to identify you when you do need help. And if you don't, then you can just sit back, relax, and do your thing. I like the variety here, and a perk with the galley and this whole station concept is certain stations could be closed, but they'll have other ones open, so you're not missing out on food. There's a flow between it versus some other cruise lines, they'll have to close like the whole entire buffet to even get it ready and whatnot. Now, with it being an adult-only cruise line, I think they're able to prioritize a few things more, like the gym. I really enjoyed the gym. I love the views. You can actually see the pool deck from the gym, which I thought was pretty interesting. It is right next to the galley, so you'll be able to, you know, burn some calories. And look, calories just don't count on a cruise. I think we all can agree on that. They have quite a few different studios and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Now with the pool deck, I do have my little insight, if you will. As you can see, it's not a very big pool. I don't think we have to really go into the elephant in the room. I wish it was bigger. I think that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. You do have a little cafe up here. Now the sun deck area is pretty nice, it's pretty chill, but again, I think if they were to make another cruise ship and do it a little bit differently, I do think they should emphasize a little bit more on the pool deck. Because, you know, it's all like, it's not a party ship. Virgin Voyages kind of think of it being like a party ship, really, but it's kind of just what you want it to be. And I think it's just an entertainment ship, because you don't have to partake in the parties. They have a lot, don't get me wrong, but some people, you just want to kind of lay back, lay at the pool, and kind of have a little bit of that traditional cruise experience. So again, I do hope that in the future, they consider making a bigger pool.
I'm a reckless lack of self-control, and my impulsive thoughts of mine ain't for you to.
Now, again, with the whole fitness thing, we have these really cool, just like jungle gym and exercise equipment out on the deck too. The jogging track is really nice, and you have a little balcony area where they host some of like the yoga and stretching and whatnot, which is a very nice perk. We were supposed to have our loyalty cocktail hour up there, but I remember the weather wasn't super great that day, so we ended up having it on a lower deck inside. There is something really cool and unique about this ship, which is that there is this huge trampoline net at the back. I was a little scared when I did it, but it was actually really cool and really fun. So I took the dare and I did it, and I didn't regret it. As you can see, it's just a really nice vibe. I would try Virgin Voyages again. I think I would go on this ship again. And as I mentioned before, it does have that unique concept. It's not specialty restaurants. Like, everything is pretty much included. You just have to book it in advance, which also means a lot of people are booking. So if you're gonna go on this ship, make sure to do that early. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful and informative. Let me know what you think about this ship in the comments below. Thank you to the Patreon and YouTube members for supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bon voyage!